Were you surprised that Boba and Fennec didn't show up in Mandalorian?
Of course you're going to feel disappointed, like, oh, why did they, have me put on my outfit and get into the battle with everyone? Or so I think that's sort of is the disappointment. But hey.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, wait, I cannot hear you. Hold on one second.
There you go.
You would think after all this time.
Honestly, every time I do one of these Zoom calls, I panic because I'm like, this is the one that's going to go wrong. This is it.
Awful. Oh, wait, no, I pinned myself. Why did I do that? I'm supposed to pin you.
To be fair, if I was Ming-Na Wen, I'd pin myself as well.
Yeah, it was just, an unconscious thing that I just did there.
I don't blame you at all. Like, this is going to get boring real quick.
I don't think so. Where are you from?
London.
Yeah, I was just there.
Well, I saw that you popped up at Star Wars Celebration. I was there, losing my mind.
There were so many people.
I got my little pass up there.
But did you get a Fennec pass?
No, this one's got Mando on it.
I got my own pass.
Did you?
It was for special guests.
Oh, I ain't special. Let's face it.
Of course you're special.
You know what? I'm going to go nice and easy on this interview now that you've flattered me. I was going to go for real hard-hitting stuff.
Oh, well, you can. I don't know if I'll answer it. I might just lob it back as opposed to, strike it back.
You've done this rodeo before, I can tell.
Maybe. Oh, look at us having a sip.
I don't even feel like I'm at an interview. I feel like I'm at the pub with you.
I love it. Yes. Cheers.
This is just straight vodka. But no, seriously, thank you so much for chatting to me today, because this is a little birthday eve treat for me. It's my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much.
This is special, so good.
This couldn't be, well, there's one day that could have been better to have done this on. I know we're chatting on a Wednesday, but for me, it's Tuesday. I'm so sorry. How many people quote Street Fighter at you on a daily basis?
All the time.
As soon as I said it, I was like, I regret this.
No, but it's so weird that I get excited that I'm actually in something that has become an iconic go-to. What is it like when you have those iconic famous film quotes, and I'm part of one. I might be part of several. I don't know, but I get excited about that.
Oh, 100%.
It makes you immortal.
I want you to say stuff in here that's really iconic so people quote that to me. So if you can just, no pressure.
Okay, well, how about bugger off, Daniel?
You know what? You're the first person to tell me to do that. So tick, thank you very much. That's one off the bucket list.
Okay.
But this is so cool because I'm also chatting to you just days before you get your own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And it's on a Tuesday.
No way.
Yes. So everyone's been quoting that.
See, I thought I was so original and fresh. No, I'm like number 412 billion.
You're very stale. Very stale.
You're not the first person to say that to me. I've had that a lot.
Your birthday is tomorrow, so you're going to just have a fresh start.
You know what? I'm not going to be stale. Yeah.
You're at the tail end of this year, this year of your age, however young you are, because you're very young. And, and then tomorrow you wake up and it's like, I get to do it again on this new day of my birth.
I give it about 3 days into my new year before I'm stale again.
3 days.
Do you know who your star's going to be near?
I don't know, but I do know because they gave me the address finally, and it is going to be near El Capitan, the Disney Theater, and it's across from the Grom's Chinese Theater. So it is in a very prestigious spot, and I am bowled over. I cannot tell you, Daniel, how I just don't know how this is happening. I really don't. I had a nightmare. Let me tell you, I had a nightmare. I've been having nightmares about this day. It's stressful. I had a nightmare that I was with the Chamber of Commerce woman, and I don't know who she is, but she was in my dream, and I'm sure it's not the same person. But there was this woman in my dream, and we're like just the two of us in this like little corner somewhere on, I think it was Hill and Milburn, and I'm like, where are we? And she's like, oh, well, your star's here. And I'm like, are we even in Hollywood? I had this nightmare that it was going to be in this like obscure little spot in LA somewhere far, far away.
Completely different state. You're in Ohio with your star. What? Where is everyone?
Yeah, Hollywood Boulevard runs for a long, long, long way. Yeah, that was my nightmare, and I'm very, very happy that that did not come true. So I don't know what is happening, but it's very exciting.
Well, I'm excited to see, you know, you do your speech. I'm excited to see the photos, but I'm more excited to hear how you're going to celebrate afterwards.
Oh, we are going to go somewhere that I cannot say.
Because I will turn up as well. I will be there, pushed against the window.
I wouldn't mind.
Oh, fair, done. Happy days.
You know, I could just Zoom you again and then just put you in the party room, and then you could just push against the screen.
Oh, I've still got to push against it. I still have to do that. I can't play it casual. Everyone needs to know I'm a nut job. Okay, yeah.
No, we are pretty much going, my friends and family and I, we are going to party from the time the ceremony ends, which is, I think, about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and just party all day and night. I don't know what we're going, you know, we're going to just eat and talk and laugh and it's because it shouldn't be happening. I have to say it should not be happening because one, I'm, you know, I have this very Chinese name, if you haven't noticed. And two, I don't consider myself, you know, that accomplished yet. Like I haven't won any of the major awards. I haven't, you know, I split my time between my family, and sometimes my family I choose first, and I'll tell, like when my son was born, I told my agents I'm going to take a year off. So I don't have a publicist. I don't have a personal publicist for the last 25 years, because it's not something I focus on. These things, and it's not the fame, you know, for me, it's the work, and I love the work so much, and I'm just really grateful to the Hollywood Walk of Fame people and the Chamber of Commerce. I cannot describe to you the absolute insanity of disbelief and trying to feel worthy of it. And yeah, it's been a lot. It's been an emotional, psychological journey.
You have no right to be this humble. You have no right.
I'm not humble. I'm not. It's the truth.
If you say one more time you don't deserve it, I'll hang up on this Zoom.
Oh.
You so deserve this. I'm so happy for you.
You're gonna make me cry. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm also very menopausal, so.
Oh no, cry and I'll get lovely clickbait. Yeah.
Very hormonal. And just, yeah. But thank you. Thank you for saying that. Most of my, you know, friends and family definitely have been saying that, trying to, you know, boost me up. So
before you cry too much, I want to move on to Gremlins.
Oh, yes.
The first 2 episodes aired yesterday on HBO.
Yes. Wait, no, Max. On Max.
Sorry, we don't get that here in London, so I just had to guess.
Oh, so you're still HBO Max? Or just HBO? You guys are HBO.
We don't get HBO Max.
Oh, interesting.
I got screener links for it because...
look at you, so special.
This is the second time you've called me special. I might get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
Mine will be miles away, don't you worry. Mine might be here in London. I'll take it.
Does London have their own sort of little like tribute to entertainment? Nah.
Nah, not really.
Oh, I want to get a BAFTA.
I'll have a word with BAFTA. I'll see what I can do.
I really believe when I was younger, because I had all these other dreams. I really do believe in dreams, and it's our connection to our past lives. It's our connection to the universe. It's sort of like our internet, you know. And when I was a little girl, I had this recurring dream that I was a little child in London, and I lived in a walk up, and my mother had fainted, and I ran out to try to get someone's attention, and I got one of your cops, your what do you guys call them? You know, with the big hat.
Oh, the beef eaters.
Yeah, the beef eater. That's why I knew I was in London. Yeah.
I wish your audio just cut out there and I just watch you go.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you know what? I might just mute your whole thing.
And then just put subtitles.
It must be so amazing that Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai came out during Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, when it beautifully represents your community. You must have goosebumps to be a part of that.
Yeah, because I remember when I first saw Gremlins, you know, I love that genre. I'm a total nerd geek for everything, and you know, anything that had Steven Spielberg's name on it, I'm going to go see it. And when I remember going, wait a minute, no, that's our creature that I grew up with. You know, my mom telling me stories and books I would read or comics, and I'm like, wait a minute, that. And then there was nothing else. There was nothing else that was related to the Chinese culture, except it just set off the premise, basically. You know, this mysterious character, Mr. Wing, owning this like tchotchke shop, and somehow also had this Mogwai. And then it went into white suburbia, you know, it's just like, it's completely like, that was all the Chinese. And then he comes back, and Key Luke was like, you know, very, very proud and very angry that, you know, they didn't follow the rules. And there was, at least he tried to add some dignity to a very, very minute, unestablished role. So it's wonderful that generations later, I get to be his mom, you know, in this new reincarnation. I mean, Zi Cheng was brilliant in wanting to just sort of like capture our story back and make it like the focus is now on the Chinese culture and what this is about and all the various aspects of 1920 Shanghai, and yet still be able to take the audience along and explain a bit more about, you know, what this creature really is. And it's fantastic.
You can tell it's written and drawn and animated by people that are so passionate about the culture as well. And also the cast, that you've got some incredible Asian actors in there. You might have heard of James Hong and BD Wong. Have you heard of those two?
No.
Well, you mentioned you're a bit of a nerd. I think you're officially queen of the nerds now.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not going to cry again, are you?
If I was going to be queen of anything, that would be what I would want to be. Queen of the nerds. Yes.
Who needs that star anymore? That's rubbish. You're now queen of the nerds. Did you ever probe BD about all things Jurassic Park?
Probe BD.
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I went, oh no. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, not to someone like me. You don't know. Yes, I get naughty, and I have to be very careful these days because it's so easy to be canceled. So, the frame. I think you know, I've worked with BD now. Mulan is what, celebrating its 25th, I think, 25th, 26th, maybe at this point. So we go way back. We go way, way back. And so does James. I mean, James Hong, BD, and I, we're sort of like a little Mulan reunion. And I I love that after all these years, we're still kicking around and we're still doing things that are relevant and important and fun. And I can hear him, even though we're not in the same room together recording, I can hear him. I can hear his rhythm and his energy. And same thing with James. So yeah, and I loved him in Jurassic Park, and I'm so happy for him that, like, because he had, a smaller role too, but they brought him back again and again, to sort of just flesh out that character, and that's kind of like Gremlins too. Now, it's like I feel like we're finally profitable in countries other than Asia, and we're able to tell our stories, and that is going to be very full and colorful and historical and meaningful and universal. That's a wonderful, wonderful place to be right now. The Oscars. Oh my gosh. Yeah, for me, I cried because I'm just like, what I thought was impossible is possible. So, yeah, it's about, having that first step, having that first win. And it just opens the gates. It opens the floodgates, and it allows for so much more inspiration. And I've been living under pressure of constantly struggling to get roles, to get parts. And it's nice that I'll still be struggling to get roles and get parts, but there'll be more of them.
Oh, God bless you. I said you was going to cry. I might cry now. We're only like 10 minutes into this thing, and we're both going to be a wreck.
So sweet.
But, I mean, I was a little disappointed when you said, like, it was a Mulan reunion, and you didn't say it was a Law and Order SVU reunion, because you three were also in an episode of that together.
Gosh, you watch everything.
Yeah, I do not get out. I really should actually do something with my life. I don't get out at all.
No, but look, you got Wes Anderson back there. Love, 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 right?
Love, yep.
Love. That's my dream also.
Oh, woo! That would be the ultimate dream.
Oh, I don't even need to talk. Like you said, I could just be muted, and I could just be like one of the set dressings, and I would be happy just to say I was part of a Wes Anderson project.
He can have the back of my head, and I'm okay with that.
You would be happy. I know. See, and that's the great thing. That keeps you happy, Daniel. That is the secret to happiness. No matter how much you do or how successful you get, go back to square one. Go back to not having expectations about anything. And that's what keeps you happy. And that's what keeps you wonderful, because you're always wondering, you're always like wanting, but that's the wonder. You're full of wonder. Wonderful. So you got to keep that. Got to keep it.
Can I talk to you every day? I want you to be my like Peloton instructor or something. You just get me motivated. I want to go for it.
Sure.
We could audition for a Wes Anderson film right now, because the way we're framed, right in the middle of our shots as well.
It's true. I know. I think we need another plant here, though. Unfortunately, see, you're at least symmetrical with your shelf. I need something. I need like a little plant here.
This is the most budget Wes Anderson film I've ever seen. It's going to win a Golden Raspberry, isn't it? No Oscars whatsoever. We're going to get booed out of the cinema. But I'm glad I got to see Ming-Na Wen's tissue box. I bet not a lot of people get to see that.
Yeah, what the heck is it? It's polar bears. Okay, have you ever thought about when you see designs on things that you just take for granted?
I feel like I'm about to think about it now.
Somebody spent time to come up with this. I never even noticed it, and like they're polar bears and then plants. But like, how cool is that?
Is this going to be an ad for Kleenex? Or are we going to get free tissues for the rest of our lives now?
No, you're crying so much. We need the Kleenex.
Oh, wow. You are a good actress. The way you did that, one take wonder.
Oh, I don't want to mess up my makeup, you know. Mama's got to put on a little makeup.
Oh, this don't come easy, I tell you that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Gremlins. We've ticked off Wes Anderson and tissues.
Gremlins. Yeah, we're here to talk about Gremlins.
Let's talk about the thing you want to promote, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's getting really wonderful reviews, and we're so happy because it's not easy, right? People have such high expectations. There's so much love for the original films, I should say, and it's wonderful to like be reading all these great reviews about it. That's all we want. Yeah, it's just to have people enjoy what we do.
And this must be a bit of a first for you because you don't often get the chance to play a parent in anything you do. Did you channel elements of yourself as a mother into your character, or did you even bring a bit of your own mother in?
Oh, I hate mother. I hate being a mother. No.
I hope your kids are listening through them all like, oh.
No, of course. I mean, you know, I would have to say Fong Wing is about the easiest character I've ever had to play. It's just, I know who she is. I know what she's nervous about, why she's so protective. She's also a very modern woman. You know, she does she knows Chinese medicine. She is equal to her husband, played by B.D. Wong, and I think it's just, I don't know. I'm losing my brain. I'm losing my brain of thought. It's just great to be able to play someone that you relate to so easily, you know, and she's feisty, and she's smart, and she's quick thinking, and yet she's also nervous and scared because half the time she worries that she's not doing the right thing. So that's me in a nutshell.
That was a wrong answer. You should have said it's a real struggle to play, and then for season 2 you could have asked for big bucks. Now they'll go, oh, it's easy. She's just playing us. It's easy.
Honey, we don't get big bucks in voiceover work. You do it for the love.
That's why you need me as your publicist. He hasn't got one. I'll do it.
You know what? Deal.
Unfortunately, I am only going to book you on the Movie Dweeb every week now. That's the only gig I can get you. You're just going to keep coming back to this guy.
How long have you been doing this, Daniel?
I started this during lockdown, so maybe about 2-3 years.
Nice. Well, you've created quite a following, huh?
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. Oh, see what I mean? You are my hype person.
I should be your publicist.
God, look how the mighty have fallen. You've gone from a star to being this guy's publicist. The only person that will reply to your emails is my mum. No, believe me, this interview is going to be plastered all over her Facebook.
Love it. I love moms. Yeah, except my mom. I was a little pissed at her.
She wouldn't have posted this on her Facebook, would she?
No, she's a very Chinese mom, which is also interesting. You know, you discover a lot of things about why you do or think or feel, like that sense of not feeling worthy of the star. Yeah, my mom's fault. I'm an actor. My mom's fault. Yeah.
You know what? Anything that goes wrong in my life, I'm blaming your mum as well. What a great scapegoat.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I should follow you. And then, so every time you're having a bad day or something, you could just be, oh, Ming's mom did it again.
Anything that goes wrong at work, damn, why'd you not get this done on time? Oh, it's Ming's mum's fault. I'm like, what the bloody hell are you on about? What are you on?
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Well, you are a very good mum, and I assume you've introduced your kids. Have they seen the original Gremlins, or is this their first introduction to it?
Yeah, because when I told them that I had gotten Gremlins, they're like, oh, I think my daughter might have seen it, but my son hadn't. I'm like, okay, we have to see it. We have to see it because I hadn't seen it in a while, right? So we saw it, and forgotten how violent it was.
Yeah.
I mean, back in those days, they really believed that kids were tougher than they are now.
They believe 30-year-olds are tougher. I still get freaked out by it. It's scary.
Yes, but it was also so funny and out there, and it still held up. My kids loved it. The whole family had a great time, and so now they're excited to see the animation.
It had no right being that scary. Like, at this point, I want to charge Spielberg for my therapy because I think he just goes out of his way to terrify me. Like, not just other people. I think just me. I think it's a personal attack. Like, I remember watching Jaws for the first time and I was like, I don't know, 10, 11. Way too young to be watching that. I didn't get in the bath, honestly, for about a year after that because I was like, there could be a shark in this bath.
Yeah, yeah.
Even to this day, I can't see Google images of sharks because of Spielberg. I know, he's ruined me.
Really? So Shark Tank, nothing? You can't go there when we have not Shark Tank, Shark Week.
I was going to say, oh, Shark Tank, those investments. Ooh.
I am dealing with a lot right now. So I have to fly to New York tomorrow to do the Today Show with BD, by the way. Yay! And then fly back Friday. So, and then I have a couple of other publicity things to do. And then, the star ceremony. And it's like the star ceremony has become like a wedding. It's so much. So I can't wait. I can't wait till after the ceremony. And then I'm just going to be like, I'm free. I'm free. I'm free.
No, you're not. You're talking to your publicist here. I'm booking you a lot of work.
Another movie, Dweeb.
Another one. Sorry. Gotta give the people what they want. And by the people, I mean just me. Give me what I want, and that's loads of interviews. As you said, you're a big fan of the original Gremlins. Are you now getting loads of free Gremlins merch? Because I imagine your original Gizmo is in tatters now.
No, not yet. Are they out? Are they out yet? Because if they are, then yes, I'm going to get on them about it.
Yeah, there's got to be.
Already?
I'll write an email. It's what I do now. I'm getting you a BAFTA. I'm getting you some Gremlins merch. This interview actually has not worked out in my favour. I've got a lot more work on for myself now.
Yes, yes. And I'll hold you to it.
And if there's one person I do not want to mess with, it is you.
No, not at all. Because I'll sick my mother at you. I will send her your way.
I'm getting that email done now. Quick, send. The BAFTA's in the post. Well, we mentioned Spielberg. Obviously, he's the exec producer on this show. Spielberg, he had a brief cameo in Gremlins, and Hulk Hogan was in Gremlins 2. You've got some incredible guest stars in this series. You've got like Sandra Oh, George Takei, some great names. But now that Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai has been greenlit for season 2, who would you love to get involved in that?
I mean, just everyone who is the A-listers of Asian America, Hollywood. Simu would be great. Daniel Day Kim. He's got a great voice. And yeah, actually, I'm doing another project with him, another animation that's going to be coming out.
That's cool.
And then, I don't know. I mean, just, the who's who of just bring them all on.
I want to see Stephanie Hsu in everything.
Yeah, there's something that's going to be coming out, American-born Chinese.
Yes, yeah, the Disney thing, yeah.
Yeah, so it's so, you don't understand. I mean, I have been in this business before you were born. Okay, so that's and if you feel like, oh, tomorrow's my birthday, I feel old. How I feel.
I told you it's a lot of makeup. I'm actually 84.
You have some Asian genes in you. So I really am so grateful that I am here, still in the business. You know, it hadn't knocked me down. It hadn't made me bitter, you know, and it's made me even more hopeful for what's to come. And it's just I've been, you know, fighting for it all these decades, just to be seen, to be heard, to be able to work. And it's not easy. It is not easy. There were very few roles, and so the shift and the change, I hope it becomes the norm.
You know, when you said you didn't deserve your star, are you hearing yourself back now go, oh, actually?
No, I still, it's, hopefully it'll come to me.
I will fight you. You do deserve this.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, if it's going to represent anything, is that just persistence and hard work and stupid self-belief of, you know, doing what you love to do will eventually get you, I guess, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I don't know.
You are so cool. Listen to the way you play that off. Star on the Walk of Fame. Whatever.
It's just so weird. Yeah, I'm very grateful. That's all. I'm very, very grateful. Yeah. And if it inspires other people, then that makes it, you know, what it's supposed to be for.
This close to crying again. I'm this close, and I'm not even hormonal.
Men do get hormonal, I have to say.
Oh God, I've probably been hormonal since day one. Mad respect to my fiance for putting up with this. I mean, Gremlins. Yeah, we spoke. It is scary. I screamed a lot watching it, but we mentioned it earlier. There was a place where I heard a lot more screams. This is going to be the worst link in the world, by the way. I heard a lot of screams when you were at Star Wars Celebration this year.
Good for trying.
Thank you. But as a big Star Wars fan, that must have been just like a euphoric day for you. I mean, apart from it being the sweatiest building in the whole of England, did you just love it?
I loved it. I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to make it. I was worried that, you know, that something was going to come and I would have to cancel, because I missed the Star Wars Celebration in San Diego. For the very first time, I tested positive for COVID, and there was still so much strict rules about it at that time that I didn't even have a chance to try to test again to see if it was a false positive, because I had no symptoms, you know, and so I was so sad to have missed that, and to be able to go out to London and just, you know, I mean, I was amongst my family, my tribe, my people. It was just so great, and to see all the Fennec Shand cosplays, and I don't know how that happened either, but I'm so grateful it did, because Star Wars is my religion. It's my savior. You know, something about what George Lucas did and his telling of the story of this kid who just wanted to get off the planet and pursue his life, and then he becomes the hero at the end. You know, it's just, yeah.
I would have you play everyone in Star Wars. Done.
Yeah, because my other fantasy is that Fennec Shand somehow gets a hold of a lightsaber, because I just want to wield a lightsaber. You know, she doesn't need to be a Jedi. You know, she's just a woman who knows how to handle any weapon. And it would be so cool if a non-Jedi person just somehow gets the lightsaber and go, oh, this thing, sure, okay.
I don't know if I trusted you when I saw you do that action. I was a bit like, Christ.
Coming through.
Yeah, there was a bit more poise on that one. Hearing you talk about Star Wars is the most pure thing I've ever heard. Like, I remember seeing you come on the live stage, and you filmed yourself coming on. I thought, this is so cute, watching you just be in your element. You must have the most wild camera roll in the world. Like, is there anything else mental on there on your phone that I should know of? Hmm?
It's actually my memory bank, at this point. Sometimes I don't know what we did before phones, because it records your history, the history of your life. And for me, I don't want to miss out on not remembering. I could be on the other side as easily as I was on that stage, and I would have been just as happy, you know. So for me, it was almost like I was trying to make everyone feel what it would feel like to be coming onto that stage and having had played a part and be a part of Star Wars. That's why I wanted to it's for all of us. It was for all of us. And I love Star Wars fans, and because I'm one of them, and it's just been. I mean, I got to be a moderator. Have you ever done that?
I saw you do it. I saw you do it with Billy D and Ian.
Chang, of Lucasfilm, and all. I mean, it was just the who's who of Return of the Jedi, plus the new people, and it was a lot of guests. It was I actually almost threw up right before going on, because I'm like, why did I say yes to this? Like, when it was first presented to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that'll be great. And then I realized all the things, like, you have to keep time. You have to be able to ask the question, like you trying to link one question into another.
I bet you did it better than I did.
I did. But no, yeah, but it's difficult, and you want to be able to give each guest time. And then I didn't realize they were also going to be showing photos and videos up on the big screen, which usually when I do my panels, that doesn't happen. It's a free-for-all, right? So I had to keep time with that and make sure that they're able to get to the videos, and then I had a certain amount of time, and they said, just keep an eye on the clock so that you know how much more time you have left, and when you bring in the next group of guests. And I couldn't see that clock anywhere. So I just had to go by my internal clock, and can I just say, I killed it.
That's why you're getting the star for moderating, not for acting.
No. But it gives me so much greater respect for what they do, because, or any like you as the host, having to ask the questions. I'm sure there are times where you get a loon like me, and you're like, oh my gosh, she's talking way too much, just shut. And then you get someone who doesn't want to talk at all, and you have to it's a hard job to be a host.
I'm so thankful you've given me some time today, because when you do those junkets as well, they're so hard. So by the way, you've got 4 minutes, go. And especially when you're talking to 3 people at the same time, and you're like,
oh my gosh,
I want to ask you something. Oh my God, you won't shut up, and I need to ask these two something. And that chaos is one of the most hectic times of my life.
So do it for an hour live with 7 guests.
Yeah, no, I don't envy you there.
We're all important. And who are all, amazing guests and amazing human beings.
Did you have to write your own questions, or did they at least supply you with them?
I wrote some of my own, and then I ad-libbed some, because, sometimes, you go off on different tangents, and you got to try to bring it back. And I wanted to make it feel like it's not just, okay, here's my question, make the answer. I've always hated those type of interviews, feel like you're having a conversation like this.
Oh, good save. Imagine if you went, by the way, this is boring, Dan.
I was going to go there, but I see the sensitivity in you.
I told you, I've already nearly cried twice. Don't make it 3 times. The day before my birthday.
I can't be that mean.
Yeah, I don't think I could do what you do. I don't think I could moderate, and I sure as hell don't think I could go through the nerve-wracking experience of being cast as Boba Fett's right-hand woman. Like, that must have been, like, both amazing and terrifying.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. And Tim,
Yeah.
just the hardest person to work with, I'm telling you. He is not acting when he's being Boba Fett now. I'm very grateful for him. He is truly an incredible human being. I mean, his energy, his heart, his group dynamic. I cannot say more nice things about him. I'm so grateful because during COVID, I've discovered that I was actually an introvert. I always thought I was kind of more of an extrovert, but I'm only an extrovert in my safe environments. I'm not like I discovered during COVID, and we had the lockdown, and I was just home with my husband and our 2 kids. It was the happiest I had ever been.
Oh God! Like, I know it's a horrible thing to say, but me and Alex missed lockdown.
It was like, oh, I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do any interviews.
Bye.
You know, it was like, wow, I just like being home with my family. And I was like, I'm an introvert. Holy crap.
Now, if like one of my best friends in the whole wide world goes, "Do you want to go for a beer?" I'm like, oh God, you want to see me twice in 1 year? Ugh.
And Tim is just the opposite. Like Tim, you give him a microphone and he's like talking and singing and doing his, you know, he's just like, he is so out there and he's just like that. He's amazing. And I'm like, oh, that's an extrovert.
By the way, you also helped me tick something else off my bucket list there. That impression of Tim was so good, I felt like I was interviewing him then. So thank you. I've done 2 interviews in 1. That was mwah.
Really? It's the straight, whatever it is. That's why I love voiceover work too. Because you go, and especially now, since COVID, like a lot of producers, directors, writers used to be on the other side of the booth, and now they just do it all on screen. And so usually it'll just be me and the tech, and I go into a room all by myself, and we have conversations and we talk and we do it, and then I go home. You know, yeah, I love that about voiceover work. And then you just wait, for the magic to happen when they piece it all together and they do all the amazing animation. I mean, Gremlins animation. I mean, I shouldn't say Gremlins. I should say The Secrets of the Mogwai. It's so beautiful, and it's so there's like Chinese watercolors in a lot of its treatments, and you know, because sometimes with computer generated animation, it can have very, very hard lines, or it can feel very, you know, 2-dimensional. And they've been able to like really bring a lot of that softness back that 2D animators used to do, you know, in their paintings, in their drawings. So I love the animation in The Secrets of Mogwai.
I also love that animation. Like, I mean, Mulan, I love the animation of that because the way they incorporated it, the sort of Chinese art style, like smoke and clouds had that sort of like aesthetic and all of that. And like, I love when Disney used to do that with like Hercules. It was very sort of like ancient Greek, like all of the jaws were sharp as opposed to Cinderella where they're all curved and all that. So I really love it when they sort of incorporate the culture in such a like tiny way, but I think it really makes it just look that little bit more gorgeous. It really does help you sort of feel the culture and feel the vibe of it all.
Yeah, on an unconscious level, even the music. I mean, Zi Chung did an amazing job in finding, oh my goodness, Sherry Chung. She incorporated, you know, the Chinese instrumentations and into the music, and so on a subconscious level too, it really takes you into 1920s Shanghai, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Well, of course, I know it takes you to 1920 Shang-Chi. I was there.
Shanghai? Did you just say Shanghai?
Yeah, as I said that, I realised I said it really weird, and I was like, I've already committed now.
No, when you do all this editing, just redub yourself.
What does it? Shang-Chi, did I say? Like chai tea?
I don't know. It's like a chai tea, yeah.
I sort of went with it and went, I'm hoping she doesn't notice that I've just said it completely wrong. What do you do straight away? You said that like a weirdo. We're going to move back to our boy Tem, because I want to know more about him. I was watching a sort of behind the scenes video where he said he just loved working with you because there's such a good vibe between you two. Like, you two, and I quote, go at it. Like, you just go head to head, which I love. I'd love to be a fly on the wall and just witness what it's like when you two go at it. Can you describe it to me?
Well, you know, he's a rascal, okay? And I remember I came on set, and of course, the very first day of the Book of Boba Fett, we were going to do a fight scene. So we were in a fight rehearsal. And he was like very serious, very, very serious, you know? And I was like, oh, dang, okay. And you know me, I'm like, okay, I read the room, and I'm just going to respect the other actor's process, and I can morph myself, and I won't be goofy, I won't be silly, and then of course, you know, then he like broke his facade down, and he was just playing with me and seeing how far he could take it, and so that to me is just, I love the rascal in him. And he loves being in Star Wars, but you know, he's been in it for a while. And so for him, it's like, okay, maybe another day on the job kind of feel. And I, on the other hand, every time a new creature shows up, or a classic creature shows up, like the band, you know, with the blue elephant guy. And when they showed up, I was like, oh my God, and I'd go there and I'd totally geek out. And I'd be, you know, and all the little robots that were around, and the puppeteering, I would go crazy. And Tim would just be like, me, let's get to work, you know? He gives me like 5 minutes of geeking out, and then it's like, okay, I gotta focus. And we work so well together.
What I wouldn't give to see his impression of you now. Now that I've seen you've mastered yours.
He would be really good at it. Yeah, he probably would be really good at it. But no, you know, and then when it comes to like the fight scenes and things, we both love being physical, and we both love like being in the stunts. So that I always have a respect for actors when they, you know, when they're willing to take the risk, but also be safe at the same time by rehearsing, by working hard, and making sure that everybody knows what they're doing, because it's a very, very long day. And you know, so yeah, that's our day. The only thing that he always hated was the sand. And I'm like, well, we're on Tatooine. No, sorry.
That is true Star Wars there. To dislike sand is a proper Star Wars trait. So he is Star Wars through and through. I also saw that he recently said in an interview that he was quite disappointed when he didn't get the call to appear in season 3 of The Mandalorian, given how much like Mando appeared in the Book of Boba Fett. Were you surprised that Boba and Fennec didn't show up in Mandalorian?
Yeah, I mean, you know, for me, and I think, you know, sometimes when you take something out of context, it sounds worse than it is. Like as an actor, I think we love our characters so much that anytime we can reprise and be that character, you know, especially someone like me, right? Like Fennec Shand is my dream role. So of course you're going to feel disappointed, like, oh, why did they, you know, have me put on my outfit and get into the battle with everyone? Or so I think that's sort of is the disappointment. But at the same time, you know, we totally both understand and respect Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni's process in what they need to do in their storytelling. you know? So it's just, yeah, we're greedy. I mean, I know I am. I'm like, I would love to be every single Star Wars project at this point from now on, you know?
Well, you are lucky enough you get to return as Fennec in the Bad Batch, which is so exciting. Have you read any scripts yet?
Huh?
Did I break up on you there?
I think so. Wait, hold on. I think my ears are popping. What were you asking me?
Did you read any scripts? Oh, I can't even get that out of you. I can't even get that.
We cannot say anything. Anything. Nothing. Nada.
Well, there's something I think you can tell me about, and it's another character. So I love Fennec, but I also love. There was this actor called Cooper, and he played a mod in the Book of Boba Fett. So you managed to get your son a role in the series. He got to hold Grogu. He got to meet the Mandalorian. Has he stopped banging on about it yet? Because that would be my only topic of conversation.
Oh gosh. Thanks to John, who said, yeah, because like my daughter is not a geek. She's a fashionista and a really cool chick. But I got one in Cooper. I'm gonna pass on my nerd gene to him, and I'm so thankful. Because my husband's not a geek either. I married a non-geek.
Ew.
So I must truly love him.
Yeah, he's got to be doing something right.
Right, for who he is. Because he is not, he's not that into all this stuff. He will indulge me. So it was so great to have Cooper. And like my kids never ask me about my work a lot of times. They, because for them, it's like, oh, mom's going off to work and she's going to be gone for the whole day. So they don't ask me a lot about my work. But when Cooper actually asked me and he's like, hey, Mom, you think I could like maybe just like be a background in something? I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Because that would be like, so that's when I was just like, oh, I got it. He's asked me, I got to do it. Because I was so excited. So, and I asked John and he was so gracious. And the episode that we were able to do it in was actually my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. friend. He Kevin Tantarone, he used to direct there. And so that was really fun because, he knows Cooper and everything. And I was so proud of him, and the makeup people were great. The prosthetic people were great. The hair people were so great. They were just, it was like a family affair, and they didn't have the budget, but he would in his own time, Alexi like made this like special prosthetic arm for him through a 3D printer. I was just so blown away by their generosity and their heart. So it made it all really, really special. And Cooper didn't tell any of his friends. He didn't tell his friends at all. He kept it a secret until they watched the episode. And I snuck into his room with my little camera, my iPhone, because I wanted to capture his reaction to his friend's reaction, geeking out that he was actually in an episode. It's the best. It's the best video. I could so blackmail him now. with the reaction he had when his friends freaked out. It was the best. It was so good. I'm gonna play it at his wedding. I'm going to like so embarrass him. It's awesome.
Oh, I was like, this is such a beautiful story. Wow, Ming-Na Wen is such a nice lady. And then it resulted into the blackmail at the end. I was like, oh, this makes sense. Yeah, this makes sense now.
Oh, it was so good.
It worked for Cooper, so I might just give it a go. Can I be in Star Wars 2, please?
Oh.
Right, okay, moving swiftly on then.
I'm hoping for, season 2 of the Book of Boba Fett, and yeah, never know.
You know how Fennec always puts her feet on a table while she's eating? I could be the table.
Oh, wow.
Just like, how's that? Dave Filoni going, oh my God, we're ruined.
I know. Oh gosh, Dave is just such a darling. And and bless, I didn't realize at the time, because everything is so secretive up until the point, but just regards to Ray Stevenson's family. It's just, yeah, very, very tragic. Very, very tragic.
Because obviously I saw him come out at Star Wars Celebration as well, and you could just tell how much this meant to him as well, and how excited he was for it. So it's so horrible that that he's gone so early in his life, but B, that he just doesn't get to see this sort of dream come into fruition.
Now that's gonna really make me cry. As a parent, it's just you just never know about life, right? And something like that happens, and even though I didn't work with him, or my connective tissues to Dave and to Rosario and to the crew that did work on Ahsoka, and knowing how heartbroken they were, like my stunt double Ming-Q, worked on it really, and just so you just feel the loss, of a family member, and it's just tragic.
It's quite amazing seeing the Star Wars community. I mean, obviously, Ahsoka's not been out yet, but the whole Star Wars community just sending their support for him as well. Like it's quite heartwarming to see, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what's so beautiful. As much as there's this strong fandom with a lot of passion, there's just also so much love and kind people, and those are the people that I see time and time and time again. So because that's what it is, this story is this world that has been created is our great escape, and our our playground.
If anything is going to persuade my fiance to get into Star Wars, it's going to be what you just said there.
Oh, so you married a non-geek, or you're engaged to a non-geek also?
Honestly, it's really hard work.
So you love her for who she is too, huh?
We're great people.
We are.
So I went to Disney and I got this Porg mug, and it was in the kitchen for a little while, and God bless her, she tried to she was like, oh, what the hell? What the hell is it? But she tried putting flowers in it. She was like, oh, everything I do, it looks ugly. So now it's just been banished up here to my little geek shrine up here. We've actually, so our house that we've just bought has got like a little shed. And she's like, why don't you convert that and put all of your rubbish, your collectibles in there? She's very polite with it.
Well, my husband, actually, he's very supportive, and sometimes he buys me too many things, and I'm like, there's no more room in our house for all this stuff. So you and I should we should design our nerd shed, and that way, and we should put our collectibles in it. I think that would be super cool.
And you know what's going to be really good? Our partners are going to hear us having so much fun in there, and we're never going to let them in.
Never, yeah.
Alex did buy me the Lego Grogu for Christmas a couple of years ago.
Oh, uh-huh.
And for that brief period, I think I loved the Lego more than I did my own fiance. I love her to bits, but Grogu, man.
Oh, yeah. And come on, right? I get this question a lot when I'm doing the interviews. Who do you like more? Who would you have more, like Grogu or Gizmo? And I'm like the two is sort of like cousins.
One's just bald.
Gizmo came along first, and I think yeah, and then there was Yoda, after.
Watch me now delete that question from my interview. Like, oh, delete! Don't ask that.
George Lucas was so inspired by so many amazing, directors. I think it's okay to be inspired or have taken some, just why not? They're so cute in their own ways, and their own, they made it their own.
If we're comparing cute things with big ears, I want to be thrown into the mix if that's what we're doing.
Oh, is it always about you? It's always about...
Okay, we get it. Grogu's brilliant. He's a meme. What about this guy?
So, and I hope Gizmo, Gizmo's furrier and cute, and then he's got his dark side cousins. And it's scary, right? The animation, there's scary moments in it, but it's so good.
I love it. Like, it's genuinely, it's got the same vibe as the original.
Yes.
And I think that's so difficult.
Oh my gosh, unbelievably difficult. But I loved it. I mean, there were places where I actually jumped and got scared, and I knew the script. So it's fantastic. And the humor is so great because sometimes the humor is all physical. So, sometimes you when you're reading it, you don't get that part. And then when you see it, you're just like, oh my gosh, that's so perfect.
The parts where you jumped, I hope your son Cooper was filming you so he can blackmail you back in return. I want it to be a vicious cycle.
And they film me doing a lot of other stupid things. So
No, I wouldn't believe that, even though earlier you were just going. My fiance, while this whole Star Wars portion will just mean nothing to her, there is something that me and her both love, and we've touched on it, and that is Mulan. Like, it's one of our favourite Disney films of all time. I'd kick myself if I didn't mention this, because when I was, I think, 10, I went to Disney World for the first time with my dad, and I had one of the best moments with, I met Mulan when I was there, and she signed my autograph book, and she put to Daniel from Mulan, and I was like, I didn't even tell her my name. Like, the ancestors must have, and I could not work it out for love nor money. It wasn't until, like, I looked back at the photos when we got back. I had a personalised cap, and it had Daniel written on the front. But for the whole holiday, I was like, how the hell did she know that? I was amazed by it.
Wait, so you were very
Say it. I was a stupid kid.
Yeah.
Still am. You can say it.
Aw. No, I think Mulan was one of those projects that when I was doing it, being a huge Disney fan, I was amazed that they were willing to take the risk of telling a Chinese folklore, a folk tale, and casting all these, great Asian American actors, and I was like, wow, they're really, they did their research, they're doing it right, it's fantastic. Except, I mean, Eddie Murphy obviously wasn't Asian.
What? This is brand new information.
And then when it just kept having legs, it just kept growing in popularity and influence and impact, and on such a positive level for so many people. And this story that we thought were a very specific cultural story, and it became this universal story of just a child coming of age, trying to figure out what she could do to, make her parents proud, trying to figure out like how she fit in the world, very similar to the Star Wars theme. And, it speaks to all of us, and it continues to. I mean, I have moms bringing their kids, and they're both excited to, meet me, and they have great stories to tell and what they share. And yeah, it makes me very proud, especially during, this month, right? Asian American, Pacific Islander Heritage Month. It's important, I think, to be able to just allow other cultures to be able to share their stories and have positive impact like that. It's really, really something that could hopefully bring us all closer together.
What has been your favourite part of this whole Disney journey? Because you are quite literally a Disney legend.
I am, literally, yeah. One of my most prized possessions, you in that moment. I'm just grateful. I cannot tell you how much it's sort of unbelievable, Sometimes it's like an out-of-body experience. It really is. Like it's like me looking at pictures of me going, oh God, that's one lucky lady right there. Weird. It's very weird. It's I don't if you were to tell my teenage self what was about to happen, this, you know, especially like so much later in my career, in my years. Yeah, I would not believe you. I would just think you were crazy.
We mentioned them earlier, BD and James. You've worked with them on 3 different projects now. You must be pretty sick of them at this point.
No, you know, they're good friends. I mean, I would love to work with them more, for sure. They're both so talented. And come on, for James Hong, after so many years, the man is in his 90s. You know, he's up on that stage, having won, you know, being in a movie that won the Oscar, to celebrate with him that way is incredible.
And the best part is he went on with a bow tie that had googly eyes on it.
He's just, yeah, it's just anything, you know, you just got to keep on keeping on, and every little step forward.
Well, I'm going to say thank you so much. I've kept you for so long.
I don't even know what time it is. I'm hungry though.
You need lunch because you've got the busiest week of your whole life coming up now.
Well, right now I just have to go get a manicure. Oh, yeah, no, I have a little time. I can eat, and then my daughter and I are going to go, because I don't get manicures or anything. Look at my nails. They're just so pathetic.
Do you want to feel better about yourself? They're not great.
Do you eat yours? No. Do you chew on yours?
Oh, no. I'm not a savage.
Okay, good. Yeah, don't. That's nasty.
That is gross, isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to do it because, you know, I'm going to get a big ceremony next week, so.
Yeah, you are.
Up for it. I'm going to doll up for it.
So I will be eagerly awaiting my shout out.
Okay. Let me change my speech. You know, I haven't written my speech yet. Oh my gosh, I haven't written my speech yet.
I've not got anything else on. If you want me to just whip something up, I can do that.
Okay.
I mean, so far I've got cheers.
You know, I say that at the end of everything. I don't know why I do. Guys are like, cheers, Ming-Na.
Oh, cute.
Like I'm a Londoner, like I'm a Brit.
You're proper one of us now. But yeah, thank you so much. Like I've loved every single millisecond of that. That was so much fun.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Well, what are you going to do for your birthday?
I have been so busy recently. I've not planned anything yet. So me and my fiance are going out tomorrow night for it. And then on Friday, I've got Comic-Con. So I'm going to that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I've just got to work out what I want to do. I might head to LA on Tuesday, just see if there's anything cool happening there.
What? All right. Well, if you do, let my team know so I can, you know, bar you from 500.
So you can hire extra security. I'll be there with my new manicure. Please let me in. We've got matching French tips.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. I would love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for the little boosts of self-worth. I appreciate that. And, you know, happy birthday. May you have many more.
Miss you already. You're an absolute star.
I need to go now. Okay, bye. No.
But wait, one more thing.
Where's the party? No.
Right. I will actually let you go.
Hi, Daniel.
Should we just do the rest of the interview like this? And people just think their internet's buffing as they watch it back.
Yeah, oh, you know, that'd be fun. Just like.